Just in brief outline of what we do, we developed this show specifically to tackle homophobia in schools, colleges, workplaces, and recently we performed in our first prison, HMP Bureau in Norfolk, which was actually outstanding. It was very unusual and very, very good.
What do you mean performed?
Performed this show, we did this.
Oh, right.
No, we wished we could go in the showers because some of them were really hot.
And you were the sex offenders.
And we've also performed in our first secondary school for the entire secondary school, from year 7 to 6th formers, and that was in Birmingham. Went down amazingly well. We're doing an abridged version of this show and a brand new show we've written called Going Down at Queer as Fringe at 3 Minute Theatre tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. So it will be a short version of this show. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, show 1. Homophobia.
Bigotry.
Hatred.
Intolerance.
Gay. Gay.
Gay?
Gay. Fag. Our favourite. Fag. Fag. Gay. Fag. 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 Fag.
Shut up, button.
Homophobia, noun, homo from the Greek meaning same, phobia meaning it's had a bit frightened and a really upset, to be honest. Guys, we are lucky enough to be joined today in our exploration of all things homophobic by a professional. Yes, thank you. All the way from the University of Generic Professors in the house, make some noise. He's here to present his lecture entitled Homophobia, the Untamed Beast, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Alternative Sexualities.
Hey, I've got something I want to say first.
Just keep it down, yeah, you'll get your turn.
Oh, fucking back chat me files.
Hey. Next. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise. First of all, a case study. Observe, if you will, the common or garden homophobe, Latin name Limpus homophobius, in his natural habitat.
So there I am walking down the street the other day minding my own business when I sees it, prancing like a tit. Oi, faggot! Fucking buzz going by so he never heard me. Try again. Oi, queer! I've got the dirty bastard's attention. Comes over, tries to be all nice, he does. Yeah, can I help you, please? Scared to fuck he was. I could tell, I could sense it. Buzzing I was.
Push to the shoulders.
Are you a queer? Nothing.
Punch to the chest.
Are you a bender? A bye boy? Not a word. Not a fucking word.
Punch.
And down he goes.
Kick.
You dirty bastard!
Stop.
You fucking shit stabber!
A moment of clarity. That could be you lying there.
Yeah, but it's not me, is it? It's a bender.
Silence.
Far, but not far enough.
Perhaps one last stomp for good measure.
Why not, a good man? Watch your back, shit stabber. Hey, queer today. Might be you tomorrow, or your gran. Flares.
Sticks and stones may break their bones, but names can never hurt them, a flawed philosophy at best. Let us imagine for just a moment that this rather attractive clipboard I'm holding is in fact a giant coin. I'm holding it thusly, and thus you can only see one side. Yet if I turn it thusly, what appears to be another side is revealed. Imagine that the homophobe has now become a father, and let us explore this in depth.
Come on, sugar!
Hi, Dad.
Ah, you alright, lad? Hey, I've got a fire on this fucker. It looks like it's going to win.
Right, see, I wanted to talk to you, Dad, about something, but well, if you're busy, you can wait, but it's It's pretty important, you see.
Oh, important, you say? Hey, your mother didn't get me Sky Plus for nothing. Pause the book. Tell me you've got a girl with a duff like Bill's lad next door. Could do with a pair of tiny feet round here.
It's nothing like that. See, Mum knows already.
Oh, you and your mum keeping secrets. Well, do you know what, Mathers? Now you can share with your mum that you can't tell me. Spit it out.
See, thing is, Dad, I'm gay. See, I've always been gay, but I've just been too scared of telling you. But I thought I'd tell you now because I'm seeing somebody.
You're what, lad?
Gay, Dad.
You're telling me you're a fucking queer?
Gay, Dad.
Pack a bag.
What?
Push at the shoulders.
Pack a bag and get out of this fucking house. I'm having no queer activity going on here. Go!
Oh, you got paper, fantastic. Thank you.
I got called a faggot again, which was nice, not. Do you know what? I'm getting really sick of it round here. I don't feel safe anymore.
I mean, I know it's hard, but we can't just up sticks and move every time some dickhead calls one of us a faggot. At least that's all it was, yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was. Do you know what? I think you're a little bit blasé about it. Do you know there's been another attack? Oh, that's in flipping hospital he is.
Yeah, I didn't know. Jane told me. But we can't take that as a reflection on the area as a whole, can we? I mean, that's not fair, is it?
Oh, it's a reflection of summer. Whatever it is, I don't like it.
All right, okay, fair enough. It's a reflection. Only on the person who did it, or said it, or both. Look, I'm not willing to tar everyone with the same brush because of one or two shallow dickheads. People have done that with us for years. It's never fair. To anyone. Hey, we have to be better than that.
And in the next slide, we can see quite clearly that before a beast can walk, it needs to grow legs. How do such legs begin to form? I'd like to use a series of perhaps stereotypical situations and visuals, if I may. Ladies and gentlemen, cue life!
Look, this is my dolly Brian. Can make her long and rock chick. Dum, dum, dum,
Oh, Johnny,
dum, dum,
don't play with that, darling. Dolls are for little girls.
But dog's my favourite toy, Mum.
Look here, darling. It's an action man. See, it's like a doll, but this one is for little boys, like you.
But I don't understand, Mum. She's got pockets for nubs and what? Can even make a fly
I know,
like
darling.
super dog.
Let's go into the garden and play a game of boyish football. No time to think about it, darling. Out we go.
Okay, Mummy. I'm coming. Hey, listen. Under the barn bush, under the tree. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, no way, Jason. You said boom, 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 boom. So, Peter Perkins at number 17 told me that when a lad says boom, 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 that means he's a puff. So you're a puff. You're a puff.
What's a paw? Mom, what's a paw?
Oh, no way, that's not right.
Right.
I think that Karen right, you know, that Karen what I don't like, right?
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
yeah,
that's that Karen right, yeah.
Yeah.
This dress on right, front market,
Yeah.
yeah, right. And
Yeah.
the dress shed on right, well. Well gay.
Well, like Brian Dickens well gay that day.
No, it can't have been that gay.
I know, you were tired or something. A dress might have been gay, but it wasn't that gay. Okay.
Yeah, because he's like well gay, isn't he?
He's like gayer than gay.
He's the gayest lad of Gay Street, Gay Town, Gay City, Gay World, Gay Earth.
Listen right, I'm talking. Gay met him on the street once, right?
Yeah.
Thought he was looking in the mirror.
Anyway, the songs get the gay supposed to be gay, let's gay,
Guys, these characters, yeah, are well gay.
Look, I don't mind the gays, mate. They're alright. So long as they don't try shoving the lifestyle down my throat. I don't me ask get me?
Look, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid it tells me in this very book that homosexuality is wrong. This book tells me that homosexual relationships do not conform to God's will for society. This book also tells me that tattoos are an abomination. Excuse me, it's a little chilly in here. It tells me that eating shellfish is an abomination, and growing 2 crops in the same field also an abomination, and wearing fabric woven of more than one cloth, you'll never guess what, that's an abomination too. And men must not speak to menstruating women, and unruly children should be killed. All in this book. Of course, we ignore all those parts because they're just silly, and they don't fit in with modern day society. What does fit in with modern day society is that 2 men should not bond. I'm sorry, it's just wrong. You will be accepted into my church and my God's kingdom if you change your ways. But if you stay as you are, homosexual, you will burn in hell! Never forget, of course, dogma is nothing but pure love.
I've got one for you, minute. 2 queers in the bed. Boom, boom.
Hey, I'm talking now. How'd you get 4 queers on a bar stool?
I don't know. How do you get 4 queers on a bar stool?
You turn it upside down.
It goes up the mums, that's the joke! Alright. What do you call a queer dinosaur?
We do not know. What do you call a queer dinosaur?
If it's a male, Megasaurus. If it's a female, Megalodopus!
There's a simple up, mate. I've got an answer for you. Go on. What do you say to 3 straight walks in public telling them I've got queer jokes? Go on.
We do not know. What do you say to 3 straight blokes in public telling them about queer jokes?
He thinks you doth protest too much, sir.
Hey!
Not so funny now, is it? Bye-bye. What were you thinking as you stomped on my head? As you felt the bone crack beneath your angry heel? As you spat your venom onto my soul? What thoughts ran through?
I am but a man, myself.
Had I not the right to speak out against your vomited intolerance? Did you expect me to listen and fear?
I am but a man myself.
I cannot fear that which is so shallow and empty, and I would stand against your bigotry, even if it threatens to hurt me physically, because the alternative is that I allow you to mess with my mind. No. No. I only showed you a mirror, and what you saw made you want to kill me. Kill me. I'm just like you in so many ways, except that I dare to love another man. With all of my heart and every ounce of my being, with my soul, my lips, my eyes, I love another man.
I am but a man, myself.
And I will live through this. I will still be whole, intact, unique, and to some, beautiful. My hand is extended, should you ever be man enough to shake it. I am but a man, myself.
Some interesting visuals there, I'm sure you'll agree. Now we move on to that biggest of all beasts, the beast with the power of manipulation and mass control like no other. The beast with a dormant conscience which should know better but all too often does not. The beast whose insatiable appetite we feed with almost everything we do. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the beast we call the media!
Roll up and welcome to the wonderful world of the media!
Pete Doherty, that lovable rogue, is in court again today having his wrist snapped. We hope to hear you back on our radio soon, Pete.
Gay singer boy George has been charged with something gay and sexual. Ooh, folks, ooh.
Jordan, aka Katie Price, is married again on an exotic beach somewhere you could only ever dream of visiting. How wonderful for that English beauty, so forefront.
Gay singer boy George has been charged with something gay, lewd and sexual. Ooh, folks, ooh.
And now we go to the wood on the street with our very own host, straight male presenter.
Welcome to the show, folks. Welcome to the show. We have 3 contestants, 1 chance to win a car, and 1 question. This week we asked 100 homophobes. We asked 100 homophobes what was the first thing that popped into their mind when we said the word gay. Your answer, please.
Oh, is it good sense of fashion and home design?
It's a great answer. Is it there? Oh, I'm afraid it's not there. Contestant number 2, same question.
I'd have to say, it's gotta be Alan Turing and the cracking of the Enigma code, which effectively helped us win the Second World War.
Oh, it's a great answer. Is Alan there? Oh, I'm afraid not. Contestant Elsie, our 3rd contestant, a regular on our show, determined to win that car. Elsie, your answer, please.
Is it the significant contribution made to the music industry by artists as musically diverse as Will Young, Katie Lang, Morrissey, Rob Halford from heavy metal band Judas Priest, recently added Latin sentences to Ricky Martin and the blonde one from S Club 7?
It's a great answer. The music industry. Oh, I'm afraid none of you win the car. Let's see what the most popular answers were from those homophobes when we asked them, what pops into your head when we said the word gay? The most popular answer this week was AIDS. Okay. The second most popular answer this week was pedophilia. Okay. And the 3rd most popular answer, depravity and bumming. A double pointer and would have won you the car. Thank heavens you didn't say it, Elsie. We'll be back on social awareness after these words from our sponsors.
Is he the strong silent type? Make your man happy. Give him what he deserves.
Please disregard that advertisement unless you're in full possession of a working vagina.
Isn't she lovely? Make her face light up, treat her like the goddess she is!
Males only need apply.
Homosexuals are advised that in the world of advertising you exist only as figures of fun, limp-wristed social hang-ons or deterrents to heterosexuals to force consumerism. We'll cash your ping pound, but don't expect to see your lifestyle on screen. Not in this lifetime, faggot.
Terms and conditions apply.
The feeding habits of the beast are by no means straightforward. Oh, it has its patterns, regularities, and sources, of course, but all too often, and perhaps unwittingly, can be fed and baited by the very people who would seek to destroy it. Confused? Yeah, so am I. Let's create a visual here, shall we? Let's create a bus. The chosen mode of transport for the huddled masses and the working classes and the girls with big bottoms. And here we see what looks to be a young gay couple. Very much in love. You can usually tell by the eyes, can't you? Not to mention the floating heart between them. And behind them we see a solo male traveler with tattoos and a baseball cap. Oh, I'll bet he's a homophobe. That's me jumping to conclusions. Let's look, shall we?
Oh, there's a puppy like. Nice dessert there.
Yeah.
What's that? Who had a first date?
Oh, yeah.
No, not here. Again. I pulled away from a kiss from the man I love. That's 4 times I've done it this month. And I know it's 4 times because it gets to me every single time. See, when the questions come. Why? Why do I do it? Why do I pull away from the kiss from the man I love? Just because I'm in public. I mean, if I was at home, it'd be different. If I was alone and not in public, I'd accept that kiss from the man I love, no questions asked. I'd take it as a gift. So why should it be different now, just because we're in public? See, does anyone really care? Is the world filled with homophobes, like I keep telling myself? Is it? Maybe I'm the one with phobia. 4 times in a month. I don't understand.
I don't understand. I mean, you can take a moment on any given day to observe. Put yourself in another's shoes. I suppose that's one way we develop empathy. These guys shouldn't have to hide the way they feel, their emotions, their affections. Is it because of me? Regular guys sat on a bus taking a moment. Talk about homophobia. Well, what about straight man phobia? You ever thought of that? If they could meet some of my friends, well, it might change some of their perceptions.
And there's no doubt that it's going to take trust and acceptance from all people, but I reckon there's more out there like me. They wouldn't bat an eyelid. They might glance, as with any public display. And for the minority that might say something, well, their lives must be governed by some unseen force, something that's stopping them from loving and respecting all people. Perhaps just now and again, we can all take a moment. Consider this an interview where the answers come direct from you. Now, there's certain things we'd like to know, but we'll make it easy, take it slow, so simply answer yes or no. In this, my ode to those with phobe here. Pens at the ready. I have same ideas of masculinity and femininity, a sense of what makes a man and what makes a woman. Do I queer the pitch, confuse the gender roles, and generally leave you cold and doubtful, scared that everything you thought and everything you've been told every waking minute of your life might, not be gospel truth? Do I toy with centuries of indoctrination, pictures, paintings, photographs of happy smiling couples, man and woman, M to F? Can you tell me what makes a man? Do I skew the perfect symmetry of man and woman, the ideal that all people with a penis should be Vinnie Jones and shout and swear and nail their women to the floor, win the bread and pillage life like football laps fortified by 19 pints and T-bone steak? Do I mock the picture-perfect postcard world of man and wife, hand in hand, woman in the kitchen washing pots and giving birth to perfect clones in gingham dresses, pigtails and perfect flawless makeup because she's worth it? Woo! Keeping sharp and preening, breasts out on a platter, eyes lowered in deference and homeliness and smiles of a summer night. Well, I'm sorry to say that what you know as gender, friend, exists only in your head. See, gender is something that we as men and women have created from nothing based on what we have between our legs. Who we are is not our sex. Because, see, that's the black and white ideal that's so easy to subscribe to. Do my shades of grey offend because I dare to say that being a man or being a woman means something else and something more than what society has decided it should? Do I threaten your sepia-safe wardrobe of beige and pastel hues by daring to wear a heart of flaming colour? Tell me, please, is that it? If not, what is it? How much of me can you take before you say, no, the sight of this means I no longer know what will be, turns my stomach, makes me sick? Is it now? Is it now? Is it now? Pens down now.
And so, to conclude today's lecture, it would seem that the beast remains at large, elusive, occasionally quelled but ever present and awaiting its advantage. If experience has taught us anything, it's that no beast is an island, and this particular breed is no exception. If you should ever encounter it, exercise caution, of course, but pray do not be fearful. The beast and its kind feed on fear, and only by cutting off its food source can we ever realistically have any hope of its mass extinction. Now, before we finish today, we would like to share with you very shortly some of the stories of the people who are not with us today because of homophobia. Gentlemen, if you would join me, please.
Paul Broussard was a 27-year-old lawyer from Houston, Texas. On the evening of 4th of July 1991, he took a walk in the gay area of his local district where he was set upon by 10 young men, the youngest of which was 17, the eldest barely more than 21. They backed him into an alley where they beat him and stabbed him 3 times, leaving him for dead. He died 8 days later in intensive care.
The next story is a young man, aged 18. He was called Michael Causa. It wasn't too long ago. He was an 18-year-old gay boy. He wasn't out to his friends, only a very few of his friends. He went to this party one evening and he'd fell asleep, and his friends found out on his mobile phone that he was gay. This angered them so much that whilst he was sleeping, they beat him with a hardback book to the point where he went unconscious. He didn't stop there. The decided that in an attempt to cover up this crime, they'd pull his body, his unconscious body, out into the cold hard stone, and then they returned to the party and enjoyed the rest of the evening. Later that evening, Michael was picked up by an ambulance and taken to hospital. He was joined by his mother, but his injuries were so severe that he later died. Michael was killed at the age of 18 because he was gay.
Roxanne Ellis and Michelle Abdeel were two women who were very much in love and in a long-term committed relationship of over 10 years. A particular bloke took a dislike to the way that they were living their lives and decided he was going to do something about it. So he paid them a visit and he bound them, put hoods over their heads, and then proceeded to shoot them both in the head, dumped them in the back of his pickup truck and drove away and left them. They were found on the side of the road several days later, both dead of course, and they were killed because they were gay.
Beautiful transgender woman called Gisberta from Portugal was unfortunately homeless and had took up residence on a building site quite near an orphanage which was run by the Catholic Church. 14 young boys, all aged between 10 and 16, decided that they'd been taught she was an abomination and they were going to do something about it. So they went round and they tied her up and they burned her with cigarettes and they inserted branches and bottles inside her. And then they went back to the orphanage, had tea and went to bed, and this continued for 3 days. On the 3rd day, they dumped her into a 10-foot pit, and she was still alive when she went in the pit because they found mud in her lungs during the autopsy. The next 2 stories are very personal to me, and I've promised to tell them every single time Pink Triangle Theatre does a performance now. Dominic Crouch was a 15-year-old boy, 15-year-old heterosexual boy, who had a game of Truth, Dare, Kiss, Command or Promise, whatever they call it these days, on a school trip, and he kissed a boy. The rumours went round school by text message that he was gay, and he couldn't handle it. He was slightly autistic. He did send a text to 999, but unless you are registered as a deaf person with 999, the text never gets there. So he went to the top of a 6-storey block of flats and threw himself off, and he died instantly. I became very good friends with his dad, Roger Crouch, who did a huge amount in the battle against homophobia, a massive amount in the battle against homophobia. Paula, his wife, found him hanging in the garage in November, just gone, because he couldn't handle living without his son. Dominic and Roger, both heterosexual, both killed by homophobia. This is not a gay issue, far from it. We've all been abused homophobically. Thankfully, we're still here to tell the tale. We had our own names to that list. Paul.
Jason.
Daniel.
Stuart.
Homophobia, the worst disease. You can't love who you want to love in times like these. Homophobia, the worst disease. You can't love who you want to love in times like these. Homophobia, the worst disease. You can't love who you want to love in times like these. Homophobia, the worst disease. You can't love who you want to love in times like these. Homophobia.
Bigotry.
Hatred.
Intolerance.